All right, welcome. This is single Ssahng Jeol Bong, lesson number 2. So let's start off with a few warm-ups. Start with our wrist twists again. Those hands warmed up. And then the other side. All right, and let's do some of those figure eights. All right, and switch hands. Same thing. Oops. Alright, and let's do the high-low ready position, stretch out those shoulder muscles. Remember, we're taking one hand and it's coming all the way on the inside, and then we're coming back to our shoulder. Those of us with tight shoulders are going to have a little trouble with this, but we want to get them warmed up and stretched out a little bit. Maybe eventually it'll be a little easier. Okay. And then let's do some of those triangle strikes. So let's get into our back stance. Remember those triangle strikes from last lesson? Hip, hip, spin up. Hip, hip, spin up. Let's do about 10 of those. All right, and let's switch hands and switch our feet. All right, let's do another 10 on this side. Make sure you got that good back stance going. Got that guard hand out there. All right, so we're going to do a little more advanced techniques this week. So first thing I want to do is review how to pick up your dropped weapon, because we'll probably be dropping it a few times. Also, make sure in your surroundings that there's not anything that's going to break, because you might actually throw it a little bit of a ways based on what we're working on today. So make sure that that you've got a pretty good area. Alright, so if I drop my weapon, right, I'm going to first get the attention of anybody that might be also practicing so that I don't get hit. I'm going to go down onto my right knee. I am going to slide them together. I'm going to pick them up. And that's how we pick up our drop weapon. Alright, so today we're going to work on what's called the 360-degree horizontal twirl. So what that's going to look like is this. So I'll get in my good back stance again. Do pretty much everything from a back stance, and we're working with Ssahng Jeol Bong. So I'm going to go across. What's going to happen is when I come back, I'm going to make it so that the string comes across the back of my hand. I'm going to grab it the other side, and it's going to go back to my hip. And then I'm going to swing it such that the string again goes across the back of my hand. I'm going to let go of this side and grab the other side. It's going to go back to my hip. Okay? And then we're going to come back and spin it up. Alright, so here's what that looks like. So here, I dropped it. Go down on my knee, I'm going to slide them together. and I'm going to pick them up. Okay. All right, so let's try that again. Okay, so I've got them here, and now I'm going to bring them back. Not very warmed up on this one, evidently. So let's try it again. Cross, cross, back, back, up. It's not easy to do that slow, so it's a little bit hard to teach it a little bit, but so we're gonna go down to the angle, right? We've got it sticking out right, just like we're doing on that triangle strike. Now when I come across, I'm going to spin it, right? So that it ends up in the other hand, okay? When I come back, I'm going to spin it. So it ends up back in this hand, right? Bring it back to my hip and spin it up, just like we ended our triangle strike. So again, that's angle, spin, spin, back, up. All right? Try that. Try it like 20 times. Right? Again, it takes about 20 times to really kind of get in the flow. And then switch to the other side. So you can pause it right there if you want, and then switch to the other side, or you can practice these a little bit on your own. Okay? So now I'm going to go on my left side. It looks like this. I've got my good back stance again. Got my guard hand out there. I'm going to go angle, cross, back, back, and spin up. And remember, those are all, we're doing strikes. Everything here's a strike. When we come down, we're striking, right? We're hitting somebody on that angle 2. Since I got it in the left hand, it's an angle 2. Going from upper left to bottom right. Right? I'm probably trying to strike somebody here. I'm striking them on the back, or I'm blocking something maybe. And it comes back to the hip, and then I'm striking on that spin up. Okay? So, hip, spin, there I dropped it again. So I'm going to come up, and move it out on one knee, and slide them together, and I'm going to pick them up. Everybody drops them occasionally. So just get used to that. It's part of the learning process, right? Nobody's perfect, everybody needs to practice. So hip, spin back, and up. All right, so that is the 360-degree horizontal twirl. The other technique that I want to show you today is what we call the underarm swing. This one's a little bit challenging as well. So if we put it back in your strong hand, get back into that good back stance. So what we're going to do is we're going to take your opposite hand, and you're going to do palm out, okay? And it's going to be at about chest level, okay? You're going to flip it over. So now we're catching it. Our hand is still upside down, we're catching it, okay? And then what we're going to do is we're going to swing it under our arm, okay? You're going to stuff that kind of basically right under that armpit. Those of you that have a little more stiff arms, you might have to go on the outside of that arm, but try to get it underneath the arm if you can. So we're going to go through the armpit, and it's going to swing up, and we're going to catch it with the other hand. That's the difficult part, right? A lot of times we're going to hit ourselves in the ear, but we're going to try. All right, so then we let go with the other hand, and then we usually finish that up with that triangle strike. Okay, so again, stance out, palm out. So you're looking at the back of your hand basically. You're going to flip it over. So let's hit that hand, you're going to grab it. You're going to stuff it underneath that armpit, and you're going to try and catch it with that other hand. Okay, so now it's back in our original hand, and we're going to finish that with the triangle strike. Okay, that's going to take some practice, but you could, maybe you could do this while watching TV, right? You could just keep going over and over. So let's switch to the other side so we can see it on both sides. Okay, so I'm going to take my other hand, palm out, right? I'm looking at the back of my hand. I'm swinging it in to catch it. I'm going to stuff that underneath my armpit, and I'm going to catch it with my other hand. Okay? Yeah. Palm out. Swing it over to catch it. Stuff it underneath that armpit. And catch it. And then usually we finish that with that triangle strike. All right. So that is our lesson for today. Practice those. Again, try to do it 20 times on each side with each of those techniques. So far we've learned the V strike, right? We learned the triangle strike. We learned the 360 degree horizontal twirl today. And we've learned the underarm swing that we just did. So keep practicing all of those techniques and we'll build those and eventually we will create a form out of them.